What's up, Big League? Sorry for the late video. Had a couple things to do, but week 3's here. It's finishing. Week 4 is amongst us. We're going to see a few games here and see if anybody stands a chance tonight. I think it's pretty much wrapped up. Let's see, Dim Boys versus Corey. Start off with that, obviously. Let's face it, Corey's team went absolutely ape shit. Am I upset about it? Yeah, of course. I wanted to add another name to my graveyard, but it's all right. I'll see him again. My team didn't underperform, though, so I'm okay with it. 129 points. I can live with it. Moving on to Creamy Beige and Lone Ranger. Creamy Beige. Oh, and Corey goes to 3-0. I'm 2-1. It's okay, though. Congratulations, Corey. If anybody was going to do it, glad it was you. So we're going to go on the Creamy Beige and Lone Ranger. Creamy Beige. His average point scoring is like over 150 points. Can he sustain it? He has been so far. So I'm kind of impressed by it. Big Mike, I'm so sorry. Big Mike took a big old hit, man. Started off with a W, now he's 1-2. Charlie's going on a 3-0. Congratulations. Upset of the week right here. Bearded Wonder versus the fucking villain. Dumpster versus Dumpster. Just plowing into each other and trash just flying everywhere. The Bearded Wonder has taken down the villain. What a fucking W for Frank. Being 0-2, now he's 1-2. He did that more than anything. And then, Emil, you're setting yourself up for complete failure. Not only are you 1-2 now, but next week is rival week. And you got to play me, motherfucker. And that's for the league fee. And I'm going to smoke your ass. So I'm coming off of a loss, too. My team is not too happy. Moving on. Congratulations, Frank. The Comeback Kid versus the Brady Bunch. Let's have a moment of silence for Luke Pa. Okay. Thank you. Luke, I mean, your team scored 120 points. There's not really much I can say. It's not like they did terrible, but Jeremy's team just did better. He has 139 points. Luke, you move on to 0-3, which is very unfortunate. And Jeremy Buffkin bounces back, and he's 2-1. Next, Me Pussy Me Deck Machette versus Cream of Lou. Cream of Lou, 0-3. Current champion, 0-3. 12th place even right now. Not too good here, Dan. And I know he made a lot of moves this past week, and it just didn't seem to help him here. Jeremy's at 118 points. Reynolds got 114, but Jeremy's still got two players tonight, a wide receiver and a defense. So moving on, congratulations, Jeremy, and our fellow champion is in the dumps. Last but not least, we got the Unbeatables, who had the worst fantasy performance I've seen in quite a while, with a total of 78 fantasy points. Versus, like I told you it was going to get better, Ryan. And you scored 157 points. Ryan will move on to 1-2. And Matthew, you will be 1-2. Sorry to see that the Unbeatables doing that, but I'm also happy to see Ryan get a W. It's well-deserved because his team has been catching some bad luck. Now, let's move on to week 4. What we're really here for. We're going to start off with the match of the week, and it ain't because it's me, but it's for a league fee, and it's versus the villain, the main guy I want in my yard. I got a hole dug all ready for you. So, let's start off. I got Josh Allen playing New England at home. I think that's a good play. Obviously, the Buffalo Bills are going to be playing from behind, so Josh Allen's going to be throwing a lot. That's going to help me a lot. Then I got Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley definitely did not do much against the Browns last night. The run defense was pretty stout. As far as touches, I mean, he got, I don't know, between 16 and 20, I believe, but hopefully he'll do better against the Tampa Bay defense. Austin Eckler, he was a little, for what he did, he didn't do bad, but for what he did, he was a little quiet. It was the Keenan Allen show, that's for sure. Trust me, I know. But Austin Eckler is playing against Miami, so I'm looking forward to that. Odell Beckham, Baker. Do people panic about Baker right now? I don't think so. I don't know what it is. I don't know if he's just not jiving yet, but I think it's not like he doesn't have the ability, and I think he's going to bounce around. He's going to come back. But they're playing at Baltimore, which is going to be extremely tough. So I'm lucky if I get over 10 out of Odell this week. That's an honest opinion. Cooper Kupp, he's been my dog this year. My dog, averaging around 30 points a game, playing Tampa Bay as well. Then I got Vance McDonald. He was really quiet this week. Only got me like 2 points. Hopefully he'll bounce back Monday night against Cincinnati. Sean McCoy, what a plug and play when James White went to go see his baby be born. Got me 2 touchdowns on that plug and play. And then I got the Sly guy at Houston and Packers D versus Philly. And probably going to stick with him. Green Bay's defense has been pretty well. This is the problem the villain runs into right here. Jimmy Garoppolo and Le'Veon Bell are both on a bye week. The person he could replace them with is Derek Carr, which is not a bad play, playing in Indy. He's playing on the road, though. And as running back, he doesn't have a running back. He's going to have to pick up somebody off of waivers. To be continued. Moving on, he's got Tyler Boyd at Pitt. He's got Calvin Ridley at Tennessee. Kerryon Johnson versus KC at home. But you know how KC is. Republican is going to force Detroit to throw the ball more because they're definitely going to be behind. So you better hope Kerryon gets in that passing game. You got Andrews, tight end at Baltimore versus Cleveland. We'll see. And Christian Kirk, Arizona wide receiver, playing Seattle. We'll see. Cowboys defense is playing in New Orleans. Sucks for you. Nobody likes to play defense against their own team. But the way the Saints looked yesterday, we weren't so great offensively besides Kamara. But everybody did their job, and the defense certainly did. And what a huge win for us. So, obviously, I'm definitely projected to beat Emil due to his buys with 115 to 83. And I think I'm definitely going to score over 130 points easy and smoke his ass. And once again, win the league fee. Moving on to the comeback kid versus Cream of Lou. Cream of Lou needs a win more than anything. Buffkin had just got off a W. He's 2-1. Cream of Lou's 0-3. Right now, Buffkin is projected 116 to lose 107. Do we have any buys? Only buy is Buffkin with his kicker, and he's still out-projected Reynolds. So all he has to do is pick up a kicker. He's got Jameis Winston at L.A. I don't think that's a good play. Actually, he's really struggling with his quarterback. Actually, Winston didn't do too bad last week because all of a sudden he learned how to play football again. So Jameis Winston might be a good play. Who knows? I don't really like quarterbacks at L.A. You got James Conner versus Cincinnati. Chris Carson at Arizona. Chris Carson could have had way more points than he did yesterday. But lucky for us, he slipped like 3 or 4 times, which could have been big runs. So thank God for that. Adam Thielen playing at Chicago. That's going to be tough. Amari Cooper definitely going to do well against the Saints, I believe. Hopefully not, but we'll see. We'll see if we'll shut him down. Evan Ingram playing Washington. I don't know. We'll have to see about that one. Tyrell Williams at Indy. I think he has a good game. Definitely think he has a good game. And then you got Bills defense versus New England, which I think is a bad play. So you may need to pick up another defense as well. For Creamaloo, he's got Jared Goff, who I think is slowly getting better, but some reason he just ain't the same guy as he was last year. Playing Tampa, I think he's going to do better there. He's got Derrick Henry at Atlanta. I think that'll be a good play. Nick Chubb at Baltimore. That's going to be a tough run defense right there. Will Fuller. Will Fuller's a boomer bust player. All right. I apologize for this, gentlemen. But something went wrong with my computer, and it's restarting right now. So I guess while it's doing that, I'm just going to improvise a little bit. I'm going to talk about the dark horse of this league, which I said last week, and just coincidentally, he went absolutely ham this week. Not that I said he would, but I think he's the dark horse, and that's Corey. the man that's back in this league. And I think he has a very strong chance of making it to the playoffs and maybe a good chance of getting to the ship. Is he the one I'm worried about? Absolutely. You can check my video last week. I said I was concerned about our matchup. Obviously, I wanted to get me the W, but he handed it to me. And there's really not much I could have did about that. None of us could have. Also, we're going to go with real or not real. Jeremy Forster's team. Not really. He's winning games, but I think he's about to get an L coming soon. Maybe not this week, but it's coming. And our champion, Matt Reynolds, really disappointing to see that. To at least somewhat show, a fight for what you're representing right now, but doesn't look like that way. All right, it looks like we're back here. I'm gonna pull back up the matchups here. Apologize, somebody's getting fired over this for sure. My tech crew has really been on the fritz today. And also Charlie, like I said, could he sustain that Patrick Mahomes scoring he's been getting going on? I mean, as long as Patty keeps doing what he's doing, which he will, the dude's absolutely amazing. It's undeniable. Charlie will continue to score well over 100 points, and he's going to be a tough one to beat as well. I think he's definitely a playoff contender. And as for teams like Frankie and Buffkin, those teams ain't real. They're not gonna do nothing. And the Unbeatables, I mean, that used to be a threat to reckon with right there. And he's just not the same guy. I mean, I don't know if he was sleeping at the draft. He wasn't paying attention. I don't know. I don't know where that guy's coaching ability went, but he needs to find it. He needs to find it soon, because 78 points a week ain't gonna cut it. Okay, so it looks like we are recovering here. Store last session, and here we are. All right, so now we're at Unbeatables versus Schneef. The Unbeatables is projected 103 versus Corey, who is 3-0 now, projected 118. He's got Tom Brady playing. Lindbergh's got Brady playing at Buffalo. Awesome play. Definitely going to score at least 3 or 4 touchdowns, I believe. Leonard Fournette playing at Denver. You know what? I'll still say it today, and I'll say it every day. I don't like Fournette. Fournette is just not the running back that was at LSU. As far as him getting more than 15 points, I just don't see it at Denver. Saquon Barkley, he's out for like 4 to 6 weeks or something like that, 4 to 8 weeks. Randall Cobb at New Orleans, that's a hit or miss. Stephon Diggs, he can't do shit, and he's playing at Chicago. Jared Cook's been sleeping. Sammy Watkins was a boom. He's a bust now. Really, Lindbergh, your team is in trouble. I'm not going to lie to you, sir. Alshon's hurt. Moister, he's on a bye week. I don't know what you're going to do here. I don't even need to go over Corey's team. We all saw what he did last week. Corey, I'm going to have to give you the win again. That's 4-0, and Lindbergh, sorry, but you're going to go 1-3, sir. Moving on to the Fireballers versus the Lone Ranger. Fireballers is projected 107. Big Mike is projected 122. Nobody has a bye this week except for Ryan with his tight end, Greg Kittle. Let's see, has Jimmy Graham as a backup, who's been, besides his week 1 touchdown, has been really quiet. He's got Lamar Jackson playing Cleveland at home in Baltimore. Obviously no team has been really that much of a match for him. He's been doing very well. You got Zeke at New Orleans. Hopefully our 4.7, whatever, 5 yards we were allowing the first couple games for running backs. Hopefully that slows down, but Zeke's a man to reckon with. You got Peyton Barber at LA. I don't really like that. T.Y. Hilton at at home in Oakland. We'll see. T.Y.'s a hit or miss, but he's been doing well. Mike Evans, badass game. Can he do the same in LA? We're going to find out. Jimmy Graham, I don't think is going to do too much for you. Brandon Cooks, hit or miss. Then you got the leg, of course, and you got Vikings defense at Chicago, which I think is a good play because Chicago's offense is not that good, but their defense is. Big Mike, you got Dak Prescott at New Orleans. Unfortunately, I got to say that's a good play, but stick with Dak, man. Devontae Freeman, he did a lot better last week. Looks like he's getting a lot better on that field, and his feet movements look really good. Marlon Mack, he's been a good play, playing at home against Oakland. Julio Jones has been awesome. Michael Thomas he's still a good play. The potential's there. He got a touchdown. He's got his targets. Have faith. Then you got Jarwin as your tight end for Dallas. We'll see. Then you got Brown for wide receivers of Baltimore. We'll see for that as well. Jaguars defense at Denver, which is a good play. I think this one's going to be a tight match. And I'm going to do a coin flip, which for me, that means I don't have an answer for you. So good luck to you, Ryan and Big Mike. That's going to be a close one. Next one, Creamy Beige verse from Pussy Medek Machette. Just like I didn't even know who he was playing this week. Just like I said, whenever the computer went down, I said Jeremy was going to have a loss coming up soon. And this might be the week here. We got Charlie. He's got Patrick Mahomes at Detroit. Mark Ingram versus Cleveland. Mark Ingram had a 3-touchdown game last week. He played incredible. Royce Freeman versus Jaguars. I don't like it. DeAndre Hopkins had a couple quiet weeks. I think he's going to get in the end zone versus Carolina probably a couple times. Tyler Lockett was definitely a good target for Russell Wilson. He's playing at Arizona. I think he's going to definitely get his deep throws like he's been getting. Travis Kelce at Detroit. Travis is going to get his with his quarterback, Patty Mahomes. Then you got Waller. He's finally playing him. All that shit talking he's been saying, he's getting more expensive. About time you throw him in your lineup then, because now you got Kelce and Waller both putting up good numbers, so that's a good play. You got Will Lutz, always reliable. Patriots defense at Buffalo, good play. Then you got Jeremy here with the new Giants quarterback, who obviously did very well last week. Let's see if he can sustain it, and it wasn't just a fluke. They're playing Washington. They're playing in New York. You got Christian McCaffrey playing at Houston. You got Aaron Jones playing against Philly. Juju versus Cincinnati. McLaurin versus at Giants. Austin Hooper had 2 touchdowns last week. Playing Tennessee. Sterling Shepard with his connection with his new quarterback. So, and Bears defense versus Minnesota. So, Jeremy, I'm not saying you got a bad team, but I think Charlie's is better. And I think Charlie is definitely going to beat you this week, which will make you 3-1. And Charlie, you will move on to be 4-0. Congratulations. Moving on to the last matchup. This might be the week that you needed here, Luke. I know you're 0-3 now. You're playing Frankie. So, of all the teams you need to play, this is it. Even though Frankie scooped up a W last week, he did it with not good fashion. I mean, he's got 90 points, 90-something points. He might score in the low hundreds. I think he has somebody left or a couple people left, not sure. But Frank, you got Wentz playing at Green Bay. I don't really like the way Carson's been playing lately. Your only best player that you got is Dalvin Cook, and you're playing against Chicago, so that's definitely not good for you. Montgomery versus Minnesota. We'll see. He's hit or miss. Dorsett had a good game. With Antonio Brown being gone, he's going to get more targets for sure. Hardman with KC. Let's see if Patrick Mahomes lights him up. Now you got Zach Ertz playing at Green Bay. Carson Wentz is going to have to make that connection. Hopefully you get that. Then you got Allen Robinson, who's hit or miss. Titans defense playing at Atlanta. Don't really like it. Looks like the Falcons, even though they lost, they're heating up offensively. Phillip Rivers playing at Miami. Great play. Obviously, they're playing in Miami, so that's good for you, Luke. David Johnson seemed like he had a better week last week, playing at home against Seattle. Josh Jacobs just got information from my guy. saying that they're actually planning on giving him more targets and more carries, so that's good. Julian Edelman, he had a little injury scare, but it seems like he's okay playing at Buffalo. Devontae Adams playing at first Philly. Greg Olsen had a good game last week with that backup quarterback. Let's see if his value could be going up here. And then you got Godwin at LA, and your defense is on a bye, so you're gonna have to pick up a defense. This week, I'm going to give it to you, Luke. This is going to be your first win. You'll be 1-3, and Frankie, you will be going to 1-3. So, sorry for the little delay with the computer going down, but that's all I got. See y'all later.